Hi, and welcome back to Stop Being Sold. My name is Michelle, and I'm here with Brian. And today's video, we're discussing the possible COLA increase coming to Social Security in 2023.
Oh, yes. This is starting to hit the media outlets right now, Michelle, talking about the big increases that may be coming after this past increase. And it's very important because so many people live off of these increases in their Social Security income. So
For sure, 100%. And if they don't live off of it, we've got this problem. It's record high inflation,
yes.
and it's reducing the buying power for all of us. And, it's this inflation gave Social Security recipients a record cost of living adjustment, or the COLA, right? Increases of 5.9% earlier this year, or for this year, I should say, for 2022. And for the average Social Security recipient, their increase was around $92 a month.
That was huge.
It is. It might get you a little bit more gas.
A little bit more gas today.
But you take what you can get, right?
Right.
Really, but for those on fixed income, like Social Security, the effects of high inflation is going to just continually erode your buying power daily. And with March's consumer price index, at 8.5 flipping percent.
Unbelievable.
It's a lot. Massive increases in food and housing, gas, buying cars. That's a whole thing. Prescription drugs. It's the record COLA that seniors received this year is still being eroded at a record pace. It's a huge problem.
You're falling behind. So
yeah, for sure. So I want to dive in and ask a few questions about just like what's going on with this legislation and what might happen. Before we get into that, if you like the content of this video, help us grow the channel, hit that like button for us. And also don't forget to subscribe. Do not forget, I cannot talk. Do not forget to subscribe. Don't miss another video from us. Hit that notification bell as well. All right, Brian. So what do viewers need to know about this possible increase coming next year?
Yeah, there's a nonpartisan senior group called the Senior Citizens League, Michelle, and they always do these studies and tell us, give us that input of where they feel that these COLA adjustments could be. Well, they just came out with their COLA increase for 2023, Michelle, could be as high as 8.9%.
Wow.
This is massive and could lead to an average increase of around $147 a month per Social Security recipient. So
times that by 12 and it's some good money, right?
Substantial amount of income. Yeah. But the problem is, Michelle, even with these record increases, it's still may not be enough to compete with this massive increases in healthcare costs that seniors are dealing with also, let alone the big I word with inflation. So.
Got it.
And when they come out with these estimates, they've been pretty close all the time, right? So this is an estimate based on our current high inflation readings. Now, the actual COLA release is usually in October of each year. So this number could go higher if inflation continues in its upward trend, which it is right now, but it could be lower if inflation finally levels off. So you got to stay tuned to the channel for updates on that.
Is this a bill in Congress, or who's responsible for this?
No, Michelle, this is actually based on the CPI numbers each year. The CPI numbers are...
It's the Social Security Administration that has the power to do this then.
Yeah. This adjusts it based on the consumer price index. So, and the more inflation is, the higher these numbers are. Like I said, you said in the beginning, we had a record 5.9%, right? For 2021's increase for this year. Well, now just imagine 8.5% on back of a 5.9% increase for this year. It's a pretty substantial increase over a 2-year period, Michelle.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know the answer to this question. Don't want to put you in the spot too much, but let me ask you this. So if this is in the hands of the Social Security Administration, I'm assuming that there are groups that lobby, such as the Senior Citizens League and other things. Like is there something that a viewer can do? Like, for example, make a phone call and like request this? Or is this just completely out of our hands and it's just some governmental body way over here that no one knows who's behind?
It's completely out of our hands, Michelle. It's still based on the consumer price index and the readings of inflation. I remember a few years back where inflation was nothing, and there was them 0 years of
Sure.
COLAs. So you had no COLA increases during that period. So this is good that the Social Security recipients are receiving these COLA adjustments. But the problem is that back to the big I word, we're not even keeping up with inflation, let alone the massive increases in healthcare costs.
Healthcare, that's a big one, right? For sure.
So,
all right. So before we wrap up, we do have some videos, including how to read a Social Security statement, other videos on Social Security. We will put those in the description below, so you can just click on those. Do check those out. Brian and I regularly make videos on how to maximize your Social Security, how to properly plan, like how to read a statement, as I just mentioned. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss another video from us, and do check those videos out, and also hit that like button. And that's all I got. Brian, is there anything else you want to say today?
No, just watch your pennies out there, folks, because this inflation is still creeping higher. I just seen the 10-year Treasury this morning was up almost 7% now for the day. So we're well above 3%, almost 3.1 on the 10-year Treasury right now. And it's all due to this inflation that's out there, folks.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Brian. And thanks to everybody who watched. Until next time.
Thanks, everyone.